Welcome everyone, it's Dragmar. It's time for some more. Oh wow, I am bugging out. It's time for some more Aveyond Expert Mode, and hopefully I can actually make it on my dragon there. Last time we first tried Agus and escaped his realm. So now that we have the Dreamer's tier, there is something we want first. 100%. There is something we want. And it's not these bees. There is a sage that we want, get the Dreamer's tier, and unlock a bridge in the yeah, this is what happens when we return here much later, because I have other errands of much more advanced content when we're at level 75, which in normal mode would already be way on the way to Aveyond, but this ain't normal mode. So, and I also do not expect Asma to be as easy. So, prepare yourself.
Where do we find someone to sell our stuff to?
We'll get to that, but I first need to try to deal with the bridge quest. I'm trying to remember the quest. There's a quest I have to do to access the well, not the final, but the second to last boss. There's a quest. And this quest is actually pretty mean. And it starts in here, and then you have to get sleeping dust from rodents or something. Did I get the sleeping dust? I got the sleep. I know I have to get a clock. I know I have to open the bridge with the Dreamer's tier.
Where's the berries?
Okay, we got the Dreamer's tier. Family. Well, there's that, but there's more than that. I need the clock. Oh, I know why. I know why. It's a check. It's a check.
What is a check?
That fairy is a check. To check if you went to Dark Caverns and beat it. It's a check. Because if you went there and explored there thoroughly, there's a bunch of fairies there. And the fairies allow you to pass. So it's a check.
We have to go back?
I have to backtrack to the dragon. I'm just trying to remember what the quest was.
I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Alright, I'm sorry, this is the quest. It's not that long of a quest, it's just long enough to frustrate you.
What's getting late?
I'm just saying, it's just long enough to be frustrating. It's not that long, because basically what you have to do is you have to get the clock from this guy. This guy in Theus has some berries. You give him the berries, he gives you a torch. You get the torch, you climb, you melt some ice, you get a clock. Use the clock to beat the boss. At least I made the Rainbow Bridge there, so when after I beat Dark Caverns, we'll be able to go there. After I get the fairies out of Dark Caverns, but Dark Caverns is a bit of a prep. There's a bit of a prep to get in there. You can't just, like, you can get in there, but, like, in order to actually, like, fight anything, like fight the boss and actually complete the area, you have to have a specific item. And also, that area is necessary because the only way to beat Ari Man is to have all the sages assembled. If you don't... Okay, gotta get the
Is
fast.
there any kind of like weapons you should be buying or doing?
Maybe, but I'm just trying to explain how this quest works. I'm trying to remember the quest because I haven't played the game a ton, like the later stages of this game. Because where is the okay, that's Theus. Go through Theus. Because it's a check. Okay. Get out of here. I'm sorry, I just don't want to have to deal with them right now. And they are relatively durable. Gonna go sell off my stack. Come on. There. Gonna buy a stack off this. First I'm gonna trade. The 99 sapphires.
You could. Oh my God! They weren't giving you sapphires after a while. Were they?
And then that and that. Go, and that's that for now. And I'll check that other thing later, but we want to complete the quest.
Need more weapons? You guys need to have better weapons.
Hang on, I've got to get the quest. First I'm going to sleep at this inn. And then there's a guy. Okay, no, he's not it. There's a guy. Aha. Okay, give him the berries. We get the torch. And then...
Do you want to pick up any weapons?
we can...
Somebody only has an iron shield. I don't know if there's a better shield for them.
Let's get ogre axe, golem rapier, one crossbow. Cannot use them on them. We might be able to use some, at least one blessed armor maybe. And one extra dark armor. Don't need any more cloaks of death. Unless someone else needs them. Might bring a spare.
Sell the stuff you put your clothes on. Put your weapons on.
I already have most of that equipped. There is some... I have to go to a different store, yet again in a different region, to get the other stuff.
Equip what you can equip and then sell the other stuff.
Besides, I may need to grind yet again, because there is a dungeon after this that does not give gold, that only gives other things.
Why don't you equip the stuff you have?
Because a lot of them can't wear it. I'm having it for spare party members.
All of it?
Because I literally, yeah. Because there's literally another store and another other areas and other regions that I have to go to. Okay, so what do I have to do? Oh, yes. Yes. I'm just trying to remember what I actually have to do. Because this isn't simple. Like, not that simple, but it's just complicated enough to be frustrating. So I have to go over here, have to get beans.
Oh, yeah, I remember the beans.
I don't remember where I get beans from.
From a farmer. It's in the south somewhere. It's
Hang
down
on.
somewhere. No, they have them plant the bean. You have them plant something. I don't know. Maybe it's a different place.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. No, there was we planted pomegranates the first time. I think the beans might be in a cave. So I'm trying to remember what I have to do. These enemies are trivia at this point. These ravens are nothing compared to the things in Dreamland. And they give, like, nothing cash to match. So, the bean... So that was the bone. So the bean is where? I think the bean... Because I think the bean is in this region. That's the thing. The bean is in this region. Find a castle leaf. I think that might have been the bean. Or maybe... Okay, just in case these guys are a problem,
They won't be.
I'm just making sure. Because I do not need them doing any funny
Can't
business.
do anything. Like,
Any funny
you
business.
can save your. Because they only give you pennies. These are nobody. That's sapphires.
I'm sorry,
An egg.
I have flashbacks of those enemies. I don't need them
They're
doing
never gonna hurt you.
any nonsense.
Can't hurt you.
No nonsense. I don't want those things doing
What's
anything.
in the house?
Nothing. Okay, I think I know where they are. I think I know where the beans are.
You don't have to do anything.
Okay, fine. In before they cast Silence Extora or some shit and one-shot my ass.
No, look, see, they can't even do it.
I've had enough enemies doing that.
No, they
tonight.
can't hurt you.
I've had enough enemies saying, like, yeah, and then you died. You died.
That's a different place.
It's like, what's these enemies? You died. Okay, okay. I've had enough of that. I've had enough of the you died thing for a while. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where the freaking beans.
Maybe we can do it next time.
Okay, so the beans.
Yeah, this is looking familiar. That's
Okay, no, the beans are right next door. Okay, now I remember. Still, seeing those enemies, you just get this idea. It's like, oh my god, the enemy is going to do something. Wait, is there like a farm or something? So I know there's a place with the beans. Don't fool me, gang. There's a place with the beans. Where's the beans?
We're gonna find the beans. I'm gonna find the beans. I'll
Yes.
imagine where the beans are.
Trying to remember where the beans. Because I know. Actually, let's just ask. Let's just ask. Doesn't hurt to ask.
There's a man down there.
To see if we already have the
Did you see
beans.
the man?
Okay, please don't one-shot me. Okay. Okay. Had
There's
enough.
a man down here. Did we talk to him before? I think it's a statue.
No, he's
Is he the bean man?
Bean Man. I think he's the Bean Man.
I think he's a statue. I'm going.
Okay, I'm just gonna go attempt to talk to him instead of her, because it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to
Maybe you
try.
have to talk to her to initiate the quest.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that now, and yeah. 'Cause I keep thinking the enemies are gonna friggin' one-shot my ass.
No, these aren't.
Is that going to instantly kill?
Did you check the water on Check the water on
It's the side effect of getting one shot in this game over and over again. You see an enemy and you're like,
Alex, go in there, get out their water, their melon rinds, and check their water.
yes,
Maybe
I took their melon rinds out. Anyway. But yeah, like, it's the side effect of being involved with really evil enemies for extended periods of time. You start to think that every enemy under the sun is going to one-shot you.
Yes.
You get this feeling. I got the feeling that the enemy's gonna one-shot me. I got a feeling. Got that feeling. The enemy's gonna one-shot me. Got that feeling. Wait a minute. So, maybe, okay. Plant something. Okay. We're definitely missing the beans. So we have the torch. But we're definitely missing the beans. Where are the beans, man? Where are the beans? I swear. Where are the beans? I know they're hiding. But where? I gotta remember where to get the beans from. Maybe they're in the cave. I know there's a dog with a bone. I know I need a magic clock. But in order to get the magic clock, I need the beans. I know it. I wish there was just a simple bean cellar somewhere, anywhere. Because I know that's how you solve the puzzle. Because I know that you need a magic clock. Oh, I'm stupid. I know where the beans are. I know where the beans are. I know where the beans are. I think I know. At least I think I know. I think I know where the beans are. So, remember how we won't throw here? I think I remember where the beans are. See, if you haven't played this game before, you wouldn't have remembered it. Thankfully, I have. So I remembered where the beans are. So, to get to the beans, and the only reason I couldn't remember this, by the way, was because, for a very specific reason. I couldn't remember it because I hadn't played the game in a long time. So, the beans... Remember the priestess? This isn't the way, but... Remember the priestess, though? That we saved from here? And before these enemies feel like a complete and total waste of time? That is how far you must progress in the game, by the way. Before you can kill Ahriman. That's how powerful Ahriman is. And we're not even done yet. We are not even done yet. That is how powerful Ahriman really is. That is the brutal reality of how powerful he is. You gotta check each one of these chests, because I know it's in this dungeon.
Yeah.
I know it should be in this dungeon. This way. A lot of rivulets in the walls.
I would really like you to help me clean up this house because it's gotten to bad proportions. Mess.
Anyway,
Do you understand that?
back to what I was saying. So yes, the dungeon, in this dungeon I believe, in a cabinet, is the beans. Hopefully I am right on this. This is one of the most unintuitive puzzles in the game. But it is one that you absolutely need to beat in order to win this game. Because without it, you cannot pass that boss. Because he will remain invisible and you can't attack him and he'll just maul you to death. Invisible. This is what stops many other players from ever beating the game. Is this. This is what does it. Because I'm almost sure... Yes! Yes, this is where the beanstalk seeds are. Yes. Hidden in a dungeon. In a bookshelf. Not where anyone would normally look. Yes. It's come back to me. This is how you do it. And I did it without a guide this time. I remembered now. I had to use my brain. Yes. It's this kind of thing that can stop you from beating a game. But this isn't the only thing. But this is one way I have, like, definitely been stumped in a lot of games where there's, like, just one item. where it's just like, where is that item? And until you find that item, you're not winning. And these enemies also give similar XP, which is negligible at this point. Because we've advanced so far along the path that leads to Ahriman that, yeah, they aren't really a thing. Neither they're like, yes, they give XP. Yes, they give fighting experience. But this is what it actually feels like to be Ahriman in this dungeon. We're beginning to understand what it feels like. This is what it actually feels like. That's what it feels like. That's what he probably thinks of us as. Ahriman. Quite seriously. This is the truth. I wanted to prove that I could remember. Search back in my memory to remember. When you can just casually do that to a Raven King, you know how far you've progressed. When a Raven King is no longer a thing. No longer an obstacle. Okay, now that we have the bean seeds, the next phase can begin. So, now that we have the bean seeds, and then we have to wait for them to grow. Well, I've got to wait. Not like that. Okay, like this. And then fight them. We have already grown up enough that they aren't much of a problem anymore. Which I'm happy about, but we still have a ways to go before Ahriman did that do the trick? Yes, it did. Will this take a few attempts? Maybe. Got it. Got it. And in the next episode, we're going to Dark Caverns for our final trek. Our final trek to Ahriman. Yup, basically. Like the final trek to the last dungeon, basically. Before Ahriman's, the Antichrist's lair. And before you ask why I call him the Antichrist, I call him that because nobody cares about Ahriman anymore. They don't understand he's still a ridiculously nasty, scary, horrific beast. They don't understand anymore. I'm going to remind them why he's such a terror. I will see you then. Got it.